Hello, welcome to this commentary playthrough of Final Fantasy VIII Remastered. This will be part 6. So in the last episode we became Seeds, the elite mercenary force of the Garden, and we went with Questus to the secret hideout area in the training center. So they could have a little scene here. Questus is no longer a instructor and she is now part of Seeds, so she is just among us in the ranks. We rescued a mysterious woman from a bunch of monsters here in this middle section, and now we're ready to continue on with the storyline. Yep, so a new setup for the room. And so in here you'll see a highlighted book, you just want to grab that. It's another Weapons Monthly. This one will actually produce newer weapons. So if you go in and read it, you'll see Zell has a new weapon, the Mavericks. At least I believe that's a new weapon for him. Yeah. And Squall will get a sheared trigger. So just give the weapons a read, and then you'll be able to unlock the weapons at the shop. So before you head out on your mission, you can wrap up a lot of the things that you needed to do. You can revisit all of the areas and see if there's anything new to them. Generally, there's really not anything new. You'll still have the NPCs in the back. Battle the guy in the back in order to get the Questus card, if you haven't done that. The kid running around the garden holds the mini-mod. Zell's mom holds the Zell card, and so on and so forth. Dr. Cadillac still has some pretty strong cards in her inventory. So you want to test out your new setup, go ahead and do that. Yeah, so just getting player cards and GF cards and stuff like that is just going to help you out with winning a lot of the card battles now. It's always good to have, especially when we start heading into areas of, the later areas and stuff like that. Because when their roles start changing, you just want a strong deck. So if you head over to the library and you check that Asuna draw point, you'll see that it hasn't reset. As far as I know, I don't think it ever resets for the rest of the game. I've never seen it. you is really important for hard battling. And then there you saw really briefly that the seed level popped up with a amount of gil. So I ended up attaining a seed level of 6 from the report. And because of all the battling that I've been doing around the area, not running away, I've upgraded to 7. So just subtle things like that, making the right choices and everything can still upgrade you over time. And that netted me at a seed level rank of 7, netted me 5,000 gil. So if you're trying to do the HP trick and you want to go buy those tents and get the Kuragas, you know, just run around the world map until you get the money you need and, you know, go ahead and get some good HP on your guys. Still getting a little overzealous. So important piece of dialogue here. You know, you don't want to spam everything. You just kind of want to give it a read and see what they're trying to tell you. That password's going to be important for the upcoming part. Pretty big mission to be given the newest recruits to see, but you know, that's what we do. I'll go ahead and talk to Sid here, and he'll give you a special item that we're going to use in a minute. A magical lamp. So Sid does carry a player card on him right now, but we just can't play cards with him yet. So I'll attempt to find him in his office. And then at this point, what you want to do is that you want to select your party. Zealous Squall and Selfie are a good bunch. Questus will join later, so you want to take the stuff off of Questus and put it on one of your people. So we'll just junction exchange everything into Zell. Select Selfie and take all of Questus magic. There we go. Alright, so from here you just really want to reevaluate your GFs and kind of see if you can spread the stats among your characters. Just kind of strategically set it up, you know, so if you know you have like 2 GFs with HP junction, you know, just hand one over to another character so that they can actually have something junction in their HP. Whereas like a GF like Shiva just doesn't learn it at all. So for HP junction, I would probably go Selfie. She has some really good limit break. It's magic based. You get to kind of essentially like do this little slot machine type thing with her where you just kind of figure out what magics you want to use, and it's just random. Kind of spam a slot and select it, and it'll usually give you a number of 1 to 3 how many times it can be cast. And she actually has some pretty powerful moves inside of that thing. So we will give Quetzalcoatl to her. So then for Zell, he'll have strength, which is what we want, especially if we get a chance to activate his limit break, since he is a fighter character. And I would set status attack to blind. Since Squall has a 100% chance of hitting every single time, it's just good to equip a lot of the good status elements to his weapon, because he's usually going to inflict it quite often. And then we will set up Asuno there, so he's defense. So a little setup like that. Obviously Zell's going to be suffering because he doesn't have the HP junction. We'll just have to wait for more GFs that learn that ability or teach it in a different kind of way. So then just make sure that you're set up with your abilities. We're about to enter a boss fight, so you definitely want to account for the AP gain that you're going to get here. But before I do that, I'm going to head up here. Head to the 3rd floor. And we'll see if Sid's up for hard battle. Good. And then just do the manipulation technique here. Every time it's a trade rule 1, you just want to quit out of it. Try to get the all in there. And if it doesn't pop up, I'll play with the, at least as long as the trade roll's 1, it's good. And if we have open, if we can see each other's hands, that's also good too. So we'll play it, and what he carries is the Cipher card. And that is something that we definitely want to win and add to our hand here. So I'll just continue to play Sid for Cipher and hopefully pull him. And yeah, so there you go. So you have the Sifa card being played right now. So he is going to play defensively. All right. So that is a very good card to actually own this early in the game. Really glad that I found out you can get this pretty early, because usually I would have to get this in a much later disc, and the rules are completely bent out of shape at that point, so obtaining it is kind of difficult. But as you can see, I mean, A9, you know, on the, you know, the bottom right corners here on the right side. So you're setting up yourself for good defensive battles, and you know you can go on the offensive pretty well too with these with this hand. And Mini Mog is going to be pretty much useless to us here in a bit. So yeah, just go up there, hard battle Sid, and get the Sifa card, and if you want to, you can change it into some items, 3 diamond armors. Honestly, I would just say just do not do that. I'm going to always say do not do that until the end game. Don't change your cards, especially player cards, into any items, unless it's the little ones. The only thing they really messed out was putting a shop inside of the garden. And there's an achievement too for 100 draw points on some of the systems like Steam, I think. So every draw point you find, just draw from it. I mean, it's an easy achievement to get. You'll see them. There are plenty around the world. Run back here and see if the Asuna's draw points good. Yep. Still low numbers. That one's not that generous most of the time. Leaves Skull has thunder. Yes. Then we go into the junk shop, you'll see that we have new options available to us for weapons, just for Squall and Zell right now since they upgraded. So we want a steel pipe and 4 screws. And then for Zell's weapon, we need 1 spider web and a dragon fin. So the number on the left will indicate how many is needed, and then the number on the right is how many you actually own of that item. If you're lacking the equipment, you can try to find monsters that drop them as regular drops, or you can steal them as, you know, regular steals. The only way to steal in this game is to get an ability called Mug, and that's going to be from a GF that we're about to fight here soon. It takes a really long time though to get the AP points that are needed for that ability. So in this instance, if you have the card ability, card mod, you can actually refine some of these cards into those materials that you might need. So I only needed 4 screws. A Geezer card will only refine into 5 screws, which is plenty. So we'll just do that one time. And then you kind of want to look through your list to see if anything is going to give me a steel pipe, which should be an elastoid. So very handy. I mean, this thing is pretty broken, so use it to your advantage. And then you'll see that I'm eligible for the upgrade. I'll have to spend 200 gil to get it, which isn't a problem. money there. So now we have an upgraded weapon, and if you go into your status and you check your limit break stuff, you'll see that we actually gained a new special for him. So every Squall weapon comes with a new special. These are activated, you know, once you hit like a perfect Renzokuken, or just if, you know, depending on the situation, if you're like the only guy remaining in the party, how much health is available to everybody. It's just a whole little numbers game. But Faded Circle's a really good move. And Sheer Trigger gave us 4 points more strength, so just a little bit more stronger, which is always good. And then for Zells, we need a Dragon Fin. So just scroll down your list and see if anything can give you a Dragon Fin. For me, it would be a Grendel. And he goes up. You can see his hit percentage goes up to 99, along with his strength is up 3 more points. So pretty good upgrades right now. And then with Zell, he doesn't gain anything new with new weapons. Like as far as combos are concerned, he'll actually get like magazines. You'll find magazines throughout the world that will upgrade some more of these little combos here that you can do. So if I have a chance to showcase his limit, I will, and give some tips on how you probably should use it. If you run into the house here, Zell's house, you'll see that there's like a pile of books here. It's like a little fake Timber Maniac. It'll just tell you. It's like a little gag joke here. So then we can run around for a little bit and try to gain money, or you can just sell something in order to gain those, back that 10,000 gil that you'll need to buy those 10 tents. Just want to make sure everyone's stacked up. And usually when I just need money, I just kind of, you know, this is just the way to do it. ×3 option makes this a hell of a lot simpler. There you go. I don't know how many steps are actually required to do that, but, you know, you just kind of go with it. And you'll need money anyway to buy your ticket. You know, well, why the Guardian couldn't buy your ticket for you when they're sending you on a mission is kind of So in this case, I'm going to buy those 10 tents I was talking about. And we are going to refine those into Kiragas. And you'll see that selfie just shot up a whole bunch too, so. Very, very powerful. So 2 characters in 2000 is absolutely absurd, but you know, utilize the equipment given to you here, you know. The junction system is just too good. So we can heal. Honestly, it's probably not even going to really matter if we heal or not, because this next boss, he does gravity attack. So, you know, gravity in Final Fantasy games, it's just percentage-based damage, and it's really annoying to deal with, you know. That, or you can just, you know, heal on your own. Don't use elixirs. If you're ever given elixirs, just do not use them. They're needed for a much later side quest in the game, and there's only a fair amount of them in the entire game. So any elixirs you come across, just keep it. Do not use them. And if you did, well, you're going to miss out on a side quest, or you could just restart your game. So I'll actually talk to the hotel. I say 100 gil just to heal up is, it's pretty good. Zell's going to be the only one here that's going to be hurting. So for this GF battle, useful moves that you're going to want are definitely magic, GF, and the draw. Items aren't going to be that useful here because there's really just not enough items right now for us to make use of them, other than your potions, but I mean magic does just good enough. And the upcoming boss has cure magic in its draw stack, so you could just draw a cast from him if you really need to heal, but honestly it's just going to be outpacing. This is like a damage check at this point. It's really good to fight this boss on lower levels anyway. Can be kind of difficult, but with our setup I think we're good enough to set him up, take him on. So just follow the simple magic GF draw, put some abilities in if you have any, useful ones. Card is not going to help us here because card is only really used on regular monsters. And then you want to enter this battle. Diablos usually gives me a lot of my game overs just because I do it so early. Hopefully he's nice to me today. But before you set up for him, just make sure that you do have Squall set with the blind status attack here, because you can blind Diablos and it'll make the fight so much easier. Because blind is a status effect that doesn't dissipate throughout battle unless they cure it themselves, and Diablos just doesn't do it. So he'll be blinded for the rest of the fight if we're able to manage to hit it on him. Such a cool looking GF. I don't know why they didn't use him in other games. Alright, so with his magic, he has Cure, and then he has a magic called Demi. Demi hits for percentage-based damage, I think about an 8 each time. So if you actually cast Demi on him in later rounds, like later levels, he'll cast Curaga back at you. I think in the early stages he doesn't really do that. But if you're able to try to cast a Demi on him, it'll just help out a lot. I mean, you see how much? And there you go. And that's why we want to blind him. With Squall, because he hits that 100% each time. As long as the enemy's susceptible to it. So you saw the first Demi did 3,000 damage, and this one did barely anything. So let's be good to show off some limit breaks. Alright, for Zell's limit break, I would just do the basic combos, because he'll just put out more damage each time. And usually it's just a heal drop, booyah. Sometimes I get too spammy with the triangle there, so I keep missing it. And that's what I mean by Selphie's limit break. It's just straight up overpowered. So I usually just do circle X and then right left. Circle X, right left. the damage minimal right now because we just don't have the strength, but, you know, and Diablos is really powerful anyway. So his defense is up there. But if you just keep spamming this circle X and right left options, you're just going to put out more damage than you are trying to do like the other multiple combos that he has. And then if you do see his better combos appear at the bottom because the time limit's coming low, I mean, hit it. There's no harm in it. And every single one of these moves comes with, like, you know, a chance to hit critical too. So do circle X, right left. Circle X, right left. And there you go. We got the GF Diablos pretty easily. Like I said, it's worth using very early, the magic lamp, so that you can actually battle him right out the gate. And with that, you'll gain a very powerful GF, along with some really good movesets. Now, his move in general, it's a demi-based attack, so it's just going to do anything that's percentage-based damage. Not that great, to be honest. Most enemies in the game are resistant to it. You're just going to only find use for it on, like, the lesser monsters, but I would use it on the big ones, you know, like once we start seeing the more harder, difficult monsters, you can actually lower their HP by a lot. So this guy comes with HP Junction. So obviously he's a great candidate to go for the guy who doesn't have it. In this case, it's Zell. Just kind of play around with the rest of this right here. And there you go. So yeah, just blind him, and then you can limit break like crazy, because he is going to use that Gravija attack, and it's just going to do too much damage that it's just, you know, it's not going to be great. Trying to heal past it every single time. Selfie is wonderful to have in that, just because you saw her limit break. I mean, we ended up with full HP at the end, you know. And if you follow that trick with Zell, whenever you are able to get his limit break off, you know, circle X and then right left, I mean, you're going to be doing hundreds and hundreds, thousands of damage in the future. Alright, so we got learning that. These guys are still learning their high level abilities. And we also netted the Diablos card as well. A really good card for the bottom right and right section with the A and an 8. And you are able to card mod him too into 100 black holes, which honestly, no, don't do that. Black holes turn into demis with a different type of refined magic, so you know, if you want to spend time to try to draw demis from him, you can. But honestly, it's just much easier to get the GF and then just learn abilities with it so that you're able to refine. Because you'll have status magic and you'll have time-space magic. You know, you can refine items into demi just with those two things alone, so. Demi's a good magic to put in your magic stat, but, you know, we don't really need that right now. We're already kind of golden curve. 3,000 gil. So if you're a low seed rank, like a 1 or 2, you're probably gonna have to run around for a little bit. Try to gain money. So just do laps in the garden, go get cards, run around the city, run outside, along the road if you don't want to get into battles. I was hitting X a little too fast there, so just let Zell talk. Just try to be nice guy Squall, upgrade your seed rank, get some world lore here. Yeah, this section of the game for me when I was a kid was like, what is going on? Still is kind of to this day. So insane piece of music here. With these new guys in our group here, they actually have our GFs and abilities equipped. For the first round here, we're just going to see it auto-equip. Most of the other ones that come after this are you're going to have to do it manually. But for now, just play it like this. It's pretty easy. Just run in a straight line. You can choose to battle these things or not. Yeah, I would just say do it. There's no harm in it. Unless you don't want the experience. You can also card those enemies if you need to. So if you use the ability to card, if you card an enemy, you actually won't gain experience, but you still will get enemy drops. So if you're trying to do a low level run, but you want items, just keep in mind that if you use card, you won't gain experience if it hits. That's how I was able to keep my level low with grinding out those fast talons back in the ocean area. Yeah, so Laguna, Tyros, and Ward are the guys we're kind of playing with right now. So this city can be kind of like confusing. It's really a giant maze. But if you just come the way I did, just head to the right of the screen and then up one more, you'll end up coming to the hotel. And right now, a lot of the areas are going to be blocked off because the story wants you to progress. So we'll do that. And you can go around and talk to all the other NPCs in there, but the two guards are just going to talk some smack, so let's talk to the waitress and sit down. This is going to be a common theme with this guy. His cramping leg issues. Drink some more water, my dude. Yeah, so here we have to kind of let the music play and dissipate. So it'll be like this awkward scene where we just stare at each other. Yeah, so the little grayed out dialogue here is our characters who enter this dream world, and they're kind of saying stuff about what's going on here. Jealous soldier, another jealous commander. Laguna is a very tall man. Yeah, sorry I have the ×3 on here, but some of these scenes can play out pretty slowly. And the song that she comes up with is legend. I jumped. I was a moron. That's good. Oh, this guy. Yeah, so we're all dreaming the same dream here. Kind of weird stuff going on. Alright, so we have arrived at Timber, City of Timber. So if you remember the password, just talk to the NPC. If you just get it wrong, you'll just have to do process of elimination. But the correct answer is just but the owls are still around. And you're gonna follow this guy. This child is upset that his pet's in the pet shop. This is a shop that we can go to later, but he's blocking the entrance. So just follow the NPC that wanted us to follow him. I like the little head nod he does. He's like, yeah, sure. Yeah, Squall's kind of upset that we're becoming errand boys here. Yeah, head into the control room here, save point. The NPC with the yellow jacket is someone that you want to play cards with. He actually holds another special card. So we'll see if I can get it before time runs out on me. So this will be an introduction to how rules are changed throughout the game. He's saying that there's rules that we know that are unfamiliar to his region, so he's going to play with our rules from Balam and his rules. Now in this instance we have Open Same and Trade Roll 1. You can try to quit and see if you can get your trade roll. Yeah, so the open roll has spread throughout the region. So that's pretty good. That's what we want. That's a good roll to always try to have on so you can see what's coming. And then it might be hard to pull off the trade roll all at this point, because we are in a new region. But as long as we establish that open is there, it's good. Same and plus are going to be kind of difficult rules to deal with when you see them, because the NPC really does like to try to get those, because they'll have a higher chance of winning. So we'll just play with this. For the most part, since our cards are very powerful, nobody should be able to match our hands, like at all. So for the early part, nothing should be too hard to obtain here. So any of the cards that are highlighted blue mean that you don't own them. So just grab new cards as you see them. And there it is. That's what you want to get, is the little dog card you see there. So then with Angelo card 1, really good card to have too. I never really use it though, since the other cards I gain at this point are much more powerful. But it's a decent option for the top and bottom numbers. A good middle card, I would say. And then if you choose to card mod it, turns into elixirs. So I say don't use the elixirs you're given right now, because they're going to be used for a later side quest. But you can refine things in order to get them back. I just don't choose to do that half the time, so I'm not going to suggest, if I'm saying that you're not, if I'm going to tell you don't card mod until the end of the game, I'm not going to redact that and say, oh go ahead and just spend it now, because you kind of want to keep those cards. You need them for a much later side quest too anyway. But with all that, I think that'll wrap up today's episode. So we ended up getting our mission to Timber. We obtained the GF Diablos and got some new cards in the way as well. So pretty good progression here. In the next one, we'll meet this princess and see what this resistance faction wants us to do for them. So thanks for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one.